I don't even know why I'm bothering to ask at this point, but I suppose you want to come too, Olivier? Oh, my dear Estelle, you may as well ask if fish swim or birds fly. Play Tales of Berseria, they will ask that question a lot. Why, after all, do you think I abandoned the warm, moist embrace of Elmo to come here? Figures, huh? Shara, what do you think? Should he come with us? Well, to be honest, I think we can use the help, but let me ask you one question, Olivier. Does Cassius know you're still in Liberl? Huh? My, oh Shara, you woo me with such insinuations. The answer, however, is yes. Cassius, or shall I say Brigadier General Bright, is well aware. Does that answer satisfy? Fair enough. But since you'll be helping us, don't expect to go easy on you. If you don't give your all, I'll keep you up all night. Yes, of course, I shall commit to my body and soul to your cause. Have no fear. Whoa, something feels really adult here. It's exciting. Haha, nice, Shara. Looks like you know how to manage Olivier. I mean, is there anything Shara can't do? Ooh, give you a mind too. I don't know where I got that. And I guess you can have the last EP cut. Because we don't have Kevin anymore. So we need to go to Genis Royal Academy. And there are some new side quests to do. Interesting. This one we're like just saving for that. This is short. We should do this right now. We request a kind bracer to come serve as a Sunday school lecturer. You'll be asked to explain to the children about the duties and missions of a bracer. Persons with time, please come urgently. Yes, let's do that right now. Because that's gonna probably end in like the next story event. Hello. Organization appeared in a situation. As everyone knows, the Bracer Guild's a massive organization. Biggest notable quality, yada yada. Hello. Oh my. Are you here because you saw my request? Yes, ma'am, sure did. It's pretty urgent, right? Yes, today I'd like to ask you to act as a guest teacher at Sunday school. How about it? You available? Yeah, I can do it. I'm not super confident, but I'll give it my best shot. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I had asked a bracer named Karna to be the guest lecturer, but she suddenly had to leave on guild business. It put the church in a fix, and I was very disheartened. I see, so that's why it's so sudden. So what should I do? First, come into the side room. I'll explain what I'd like for the class there. I see. Okay, yeah, I think I get the gist. Start with an explanation of the guild, move on to an overview of a bracer's job, and then last but not least, answer the kids' questions correctly, right? Yes, that will be plenty. If you'll excuse me, I'll be going back to class. I'll call you momentarily, so please wait here until then. Still, truly the world is a strange place. Oh, for once we agree. I was just thinking that myself. What's up? Is there something on my face? No, but not even I could have predicted this. To think the day would come when Estelle would take the altar. Sure is a big surprise, isn't it? It just means that a certain famous girl for skipping Sunday school has grown up, well, I guess. Oh, Estelle, your mentor's so proud. Well, that's sure nice to say, I think. True, I'm not super confident, but I should be fine teaching some kids. I hope so, but I'll be relaxing until it's over. What are you gonna do, Olivier? Well, I have little to offer. You have my full attention and support. The class should be well visible from the second floor here, so I'd like to watch from there. Oh, nice idea. I should take tons of pictures. Please don't screw anything up, you two. Oh, this'll be good. Now then, everyone, we're gonna have a guest teacher for the remainder of class. They've taken time out of their busy schedule to come speak to us, so please don't be rude, okay? Okay. Alright, come on out. It's been a while since I played Cold Steel, but I feel like Reen did something similar to this for a side quest. Miss, who are you? I was just about to introduce myself. Give me a sec. Alright, well, hello. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm still pretty new to the job, but I'm what we call a bracer. Or maybe I'm thinking of Arctolad 3, because there was a job where Alec did this in Arctolad 3. You had to, like, teach kids about, like, hunters or whatever, and you had to, like, answer questions or something. Maybe I'm thinking of Arctolad 3. What? You're a bracer? No way, that's so cool. How old are you, miss? Now, we'll have time for questions after. First, let's have our guest review what we've gone over. If you wouldn't mind, Miss Estelle. Ahem. Okay, is everyone ready? Let's go over today's class real quick. Class begin about all bracer activities. Choose the correct answer and guide this special class. Right, well, let's hope I don't fail. First, let's talk about my job as a bracer. So a bracer is a specialist at investigation and combat. And our main duty as bracers is... I think it's this. Discovery and sealing of ruined relics? No. It's this. Protection of the peace and citizenry of local regions. The protection of the peace and citizenry of local regions. We don't just slay monsters and prevent crimes either. Bracers protect goods in transit and even look for lost items. We help in a variety of ways. Alright, that was perfect. Green did do this in a side quest. Yeah, it did look familiar to me. But also, I remember in Arctolad 3, Alec did this as well. Something similar. Bracers are broadly divided into two groups, senior bracers and junior bracers. Of those, junior bracers are what you might call trainees, and by successfully completing missions and training hard, they eventually earn a promotion to become full bracers. But even once you become a full bracer, you're further divided into different classes. We call these ranks, and each rank is assigned in accordance to your experience and success. How many ranks are there for senior bracers? G to A. There are 7 ranks from G to A. These are the only formal ranks, and when a bracer is close to being promoted, A+ is added to the rank. Furthermore, there's also S rank, but it's kind of an unofficial honorary rank given to persons who have performed exceptional deeds. So, publicly, A rank bracers are the highest bracers in the guild. Yes, I'm killing this! Alright, let's talk about the organization that manages bracers, the Bracer Guild. I think you learned this in class, but the guild operates not just in the Liberal Kingdom, but all over. This global organization was established about the same time as the Orbital Revolution, which was... I don't remember this. Chat, when was the Bracer Guild established? Was it 50 years ago? I don't remember this, and I want to get all these right at this point. It's not 10. 10 is ridiculous. I want to say it's 50. I feel like it's 50. But it could be 30. 10 is absolutely ridiculous. It's not 10 years ago. People in chat are saying 50. The power of the third multiple choice answer always being right. Roughly 50 years ago, orbital technology and the guild are deeply connected. Even now, we receive financial support from foundations related to orbital technology. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. Man, I'm good. Hopefully that means I got it right. So next, we'll talk about the guild's relationship with foreign countries. At the moment, the guild has branches across the entire continent, but the reason the guild has been able to expand to this level is because it is a non-governmental organization with no ties to a specific nation. But even within its practical activities, the guild is a lot to think about. For example, they have to keep promises to prevent them from ending up opposed to other nations. The most famous promise related to that is... I want to say it's like non-interference with state powers? Right, chat? Non-interference with state powers would be the answer here? I don't think it's non-combat agreement with National Army. Immunity for nobility and royalty. This one, like, I don't really understand this one, but it doesn't sound right. I feel like bracers are just supposed to, like, not interfere with, like, government, like, the power of the government. Like, they worry about, like, the protection of the citizens and, like, everything like that and the local populace. but they can't interfere with the government. So I want to say it's non-interference. That one sounds the most professional for what bracers would do. Hopefully it's right. The agreement of non-interference with state powers. It is non-interference? Perfect. In other words, no sticking our noses into state affairs or systems. Problems within national boundaries are ultimately something for that country's people to think about. Commenting on or interfering with this kind of thing is against international rules. Yes! Nailed it! The guild uses lots of methods like this to separate its duties from a nation's. Of course, not everything is always solved so simply according to the codes, so sometimes in emergencies you can end up in situations that are contradictory to the code. But in times like that, bracers are asked to put one basic principle above all else. In other words, we bracers in all situations should... safety of the civilians. Because technically, one of these... Technically, we do... I guess we would cooperate with the army somewhat, but that's not our priority. Because technically, like, obviously, whatever the government does is absolute. But also, we prioritize the safety of the civilians. I'm gonna trust my gut on this. Prioritize the safety of the citizens. If you think about this first and foremost, then you'll naturally be guided to the correct action. Sometimes when you try taking action, you'll end up with a whole bunch of other problems, but overcoming stuff like this is part of the job too. Yeah, it's a good summary. Alright, thank you chat for getting me through that, because I wanted to get all of them right. And that pretty much sums us up. How was it? Did everyone understand? That ends the first half of the class. Yup, she's working hard. Just when did that girl actually sit down and study all this? I'm impressed. I'm just built different. That's really all there is to say. Alright, it's time you've all been waiting for. If you got anything you want to ask our guests, go ahead and raise your hand. Please, Miss Estelle, carry on. Sure thing, leave it to me. Who's ready to get their questions answered? Q&A time, any question goes. Oh dear. Select the correct answer and overcome any risky or questionable questions. Pick me, pick me. Wow, you sure got a lot of energy. What's your question? When can you become a bracer? What age can you become a bracer? Well, to become a bracer, you first need to become a junior bracer. You can become one if you pass the test, but to take the test... 16. You're required to be 16 or older. Of course, even if you pass the exam, you don't instantly become one. For a while, you'll receive training under the guidance of an older bracer. Once you've gained your experience there, you finally become a junior bracer. Perfect answer. Okay, so you gotta be 16. I think the first one said like 40 or something. Okay, I honestly thought it was 15. I thought Estelle and Joshua were 15 in the first game, but I guess they're 16? But then I saw 18 and I'm like, there's no way it's 18, so I was like, I guess it's 16. Okay, got it. Thanks, miss. Excuse me, teacher, may I ask a question? Fire away. You gotta beat up monsters no matter what. Some of them are really cute. That's a good question, how to respond. But in general... Judge based on appearance. Yeah, dude, just... you see this monster hanging around? Kill it because it looks ugly. Yeah, dude. I want to say prioritize the client's intent. We prioritize the client's intent. There's no absolute right answer when dealing with monsters. It really depends on the situation. So if the client doesn't demand their extermination, we may sometimes let them go. It was kind of a tricky question, but looks like I was able to answer perfectly. I mean, the other answers sounded stupid. Defeat the monster, obviously, just sounds really... That just sounds like something Estelle would say in the first game. And the whole thing is like Estelle has gotten a lot, like, smarter and between the first and the second game. Oh, okay. May I ask a question, too? Sure, go for it. There was a case a while back where the Sky Bandits attacked an airliner. Oh, I remember that. Was it the Royal Army who arrested the Sky Bandits then, or was it bracers? You mean the disappearance of the Lind? The ones who finally arrested the Sky Bandits were... Again, this is a question that Estelle would probably say in the first game. Royal Guard... Was it the Royal Guard troops or the Royal Army forces? This one I'm actually a little trippy on. Royal Army forces, Royal Army troops. Yeah, chat, I am actually asking in this instance. I don't know if it's, because Royal Army, but also, I feel like, I want to say Royal Army, but at the same time, I feel like they're going to be like, oh, it's Royal Guard or something. Like, specific. Obviously, it's not bracers. Like, that's just stupid. Not only do bracers not have the power to arrest people, but the of course really makes me think it's not it, obviously. And again, this is something Estelle would say if she was in the first game. It's Royal Army Forces, thank you. Royal Army Forces. In the final entry mission, the Bracers and Royal Army worked together using a pincer move to corner them. When the Sky Bandits tried to flee, the Royal Army caught and arrested them. In other words, the Bracers and Royal Army cooperated to flush them out. Alright, no problems here. Okay, so the Royal Army and the Bracers work together. That's so cool. There's probably going to be one more question. Can I ask something? Sure, go ahead. I'm actually studying for entrance exams and just forgot this, but which of the 3 principles in the code is protective duty to civilians? Ugh. How the heck am I supposed to remember something like that? Wait a sec. The protective duty to civilians principle. That's... Chat, just give me the answer to this. I don't even know what this means. I do not know what principles they're talking about. Guild Code Principle 2, thank you. Guild Code Principle 2, I think. Oh yeah, I knew it. Sorry. No, it's fine. I managed to survive that one. You and me both, Estelle, thanks to chat. So no more questions? Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, though, this girl has to ask one. I wasn't expecting that guy in the back to ask one. Okay, I've got a question then. Go ahead. So it doesn't have much to do with the class, but when the mayor was arrested, the Queen's airship came, right? How big was it? I knew there'd be one. There's always one with the weirdo question that has nothing to do with anything. By the Queen's ship, do you mean the Arsail? Yeah, that. It looked really big, but I wonder how big. Who cares? You're a child, just like be like, oh, it was big, huge. The Arsail's size? I think I read about that in the book before. Was it 42 Arj? Chat, just give me the answer to this too. I think it was 42 though. 42 Arj, thank you. I appreciate it. I think I had an overall length of 42 Arj if I remember right. That might not be exactly precise, but should be close. Wow, that's huge. Thanks, Miss Estelle. Okay, we managed to get through that. Any more questions, children? If not, then I believe that's all for our guest speaker today. Everyone say thank you to Miss Estelle. Thank you very much. Bye, kids. That was a fun side quest. Thanks for your time. I know you're quite busy. The children were overjoyed. That was a wonderful lecture. Thanks. I was pretty nervous before I did it, but if they have fun, then it was worth it. I do apologize for cutting things short, but I have more classes, if you'll pardon me. Should the chance come again, I would love to have you back for another talk. Sure thing. We'll come back after this game. We'll have a quest in the 3rd game that links to everything that happened with Ouroboros. Oh, now we're talking. Seems you managed to just fine. Yeah, somehow. No need to be so humble. I witnessed your performance. You were a fantastic teacher. Aw, come on, really. Still, it made me think about just how much I don't know. Every time they asked for details, I started panicking. Yeah, like when they asked about the freaking airship size. Well, just make sure to work hard from that. Or the principal code thing. Well, just make sure to work hard from now on. No one's going to trust a bracer who doesn't even know the code. Yeah, I'll keep working at it, I promise. Hey, Sunday school lecture. That was a fun side quest. I like that a lot.